Hello, unlimited friends. It's Zara back again with another video to answer a question about the application of law of attraction to our lives. This question has been asked by someone who wishes to remain anonymous. I'm going to read out the question to you. It is about whether or not she should get an abortion. So she says, I will be 40 this year. I have 3 young kids under 8 years old. We own a restaurant business and will be coming up on 1 year in July, looking at other businesses to add in. I'm pregnant 6 weeks and a few days since my last period. My partner, not married, but father to all my children and partner in the business, is pushing for termination. I've had 3 abortions throughout life. One was last spring. I've given birth to 3 and gone through a variety of postpartum experiences. I'm experiencing morning sickness and fatigue all day, finding it difficult to remain happy. When our kids fight or I crawl out of bed to seek an empty bed so I can get rest, I immediately think, should I really have a 4th? But when I think about terminating this pregnancy, I remember what it was like before, and I don't want to do that either. I don't know what to do. What would Abraham say? So, sweetheart, I can understand that this is not an easy decision for you. One of the things that I want to say to you, even before I start answering this question, is that no one experience is going to repeat itself unless you keep thinking that it will. And that is why I know, because I'm a mother, that every pregnancy is different. You know, because you've had 3 children and you've had 3 abortions, that no single pregnancy resembles any of the other experiences. Each of them are different. And really, in a pregnancy, you are co-creating with the baby, aren't you? So here's what I want to say. Choose the path of least resistance, meaning the path that is a bit easier in the long run. Forget about the short run for the time being. You see, it's not just about today. This decision affects your life. It's not like deciding what to eat today, and then you can make that decision again tomorrow. This is a long-term decision. So here's what I would ask you to do. I know that with 3 little ones, all under the age of 8, it's hard to find peace in the house. So I'm going to say, go to your car, go sit in your car, because that's what I used to do when I had little ones and I wanted to get away and just have some time to myself. Go to your car and sit there and then just breathe. And then visualize both these alternatives long term, because these are not short-term decisions. This decision is going to have a long-term impact on you. So just close your eyes and imagine that it's Christmas Eve and that you and your hubby are sitting there watching the kids with their partners and possibly even grandkids. What would you think? Are you going to turn to him and say, sweetheart, so glad we have these 3. They are truly a blessing and they are enough? Or are you going to look at that dinner table with your 3 children and their children and say to your husband, I wish we had had a 4th. This dinner table would have more laughter around it and more joy if we had just had a 4th. Only you, sweetheart, can tell which one of these feels better to you inside. Are you going to be happy and fulfilled with the 3? And if that is the case, then it's okay to have an abortion. And if you're going to look back and regret it, then it's not worth it. Listen, I have heard Abraham say, fast forward so that you can find out if you will have a shade of regret in the decision that you're making today. You see, in the short term, even if things are hard, we get through them. Pregnancy doesn't last forever. And an abortion does not last forever either. But it is never worth it to look back on your life with any sort of regret. And the bottom line is, don't make a long-term decision based on short-term criteria. As a mother, I know how hard it is to work more than full-time hours during pregnancy. And I also know that it goes by really fast. I also know that going through an abortion can be hard, but it's not wrong. It's the wrongness and the rightness of it that gets most people caught up in it. Most people would find it easy to have an abortion if they didn't think that there was something that they were doing that was wrong. But if you choose this alternative, you will get over it. And as far as law of attraction is concerned, there is no right or wrong. There's just perspective. It's about choosing what you can live with and be happy for the rest of your life. Last thing I want to say to you, sweetheart, is that the longer you leave making a decision, the harder it will get, because the longer you keep thinking these thoughts that are pulling you in opposite direction, then both of these will gather momentum. And momentum makes decisions much harder than they have to be. So decide, make a decision, and then, as Abraham says, line up with it. Decide and make it right. Whatever you pick, once you have picked, then don't look back and look at the other decision. I wish I had made a different decision. Don't do that to yourself. It is absolutely just not worth it. Pick one decision, make one decision, and then repeatedly remind yourself of all the reasons why you made that decision, and therefore make it right. Choose and then make it right. All right, sweetheart, that's the advice that I can offer to you based on everything that I know about the teachings of Abraham and based on what I am receiving on your behalf at this moment in time. I hope that this helps you and helps you to make a decision. And then if you need help lining up with it, come and look for me. I am more than happy to help you figure it out. I offer both group coaching as well as one-on-one coaching alternatives. And I am more than happy to tell you how coaching with me works. All right, bye for now.